So Quentin Grimes is either secretly a double agent for the Oklahoma City Thunder or one of the greatest 76ers trades of all time. Holy crap, this dude has turned into Michael Jordan himself, had 49 points. Even with Quentin Grimes going ballistic, the Sixers were still able to lose this game. Combine that, is this the best game of the Sixers season, given where we are at, given how much we want this team to lose, keep that top pick, and then we get to see Quentin Grimes ball out? Dude, Quentin Grimes is such a beast, bro. I'd be singing a different tune if the Sixers ended up winning this game, saying that Quentin Grimes is definitely a double agent for the OKC Thunder and that he's ruining the tank and he needs to be benched immediately. But I do think he is an excellent addition for the Sixers, man. Just so entertaining to watch. So much hustle. Just watch this, bro. Getting his own rebound from the three, following a shot, man. The Houston Rockets, I don't care if they won this game, bro. I don't think they're going anywhere. You let Jeff Dowling Jr. and Alex Reese and Jalen Hood-Schifino look like competent NBA players, bro. Like, the Rockets' performance for pretty much all 4 quarters of this game was dreadful. Then they actually did claw back in the third quarter, still let the Sixers, though, just explode, and they were so sloppy this entire game. The Sixers poured on 78 points on the Rockets in the first half. 78 points. I think they hit the most threes this entire season, which is nuts. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought that the 76ers at this point in the season, with the guys they'd be putting out with this rotation, would end up hitting so many of these threes, bro? 24 for 49. 78 points in the second half. I can't reiterate that enough, dude. And like from a actual game standpoint, what happened in the game, dudes were just walking into threes, man. Like, it was hilarious, dude. It looked like on NBA 2K set to rookie mode just how easily the Sixers were able to hit these shots. Like this Ricky Council trade right here being a prime example. Just watch as he nonchalantly settles into this three from the top of the key. Splash. The Sixers just could not miss in this game. Yeah, the Rockets were literally playing zero defense whatsoever this entire game. Until they actually started, I guess, taking the Sixers seriously. They did have that good run in the third quarter, and they outscored them 45-24. So the Rockets, I'm glad that they won this game. That would not have been a good look for them if they let the G League 76ers beat them on their home court when they're the second seed in the Western Conference. Tari Eason and Fred VanVleet fouled out. Or no, VanVleet got this flagrant 2, bro, in the fourth quarter. Just a frustration foul on Oshai Brissett. I definitely butchered his last name because he got his shot blocked at the three-point line. It was definitely a foul. I know why VanVleet was mad about that. He definitely got fouled and just wanked right at Brissett going down the lane. And yeah, he got a flagrant 2 foul, even though that was a pretty soft call by the refs, to be honest. I don't know why he got thrown out for that. But yeah, Tari Eason was chirping the entire game too, was being really annoying. But dude, at this point in the season, I don't care at all because I want the Sixers to lose these games. And he had a pretty good game himself too, man. He had like 21 points, was hitting some threes. He blew a wide open layup, which reminded me of Matisse Thybulle with the way that he was just missing the easiest shots possible. It was kind of hilarious, but nah, he ended up having a decent game and was thrown out. Despite VanVleet and Tari Eason being thrown out, the Rockets were still able to claw their way back and give the Sixers yet another L. Despite the explosion by Quentin Grimes, this has got to be definitely the game of the season for the Sixers. I mean, you had like Alex Reese hitting catch-and-shoot threes like he was Nico Batum. Oh, I miss Nico Batum so much, bro. He was definitely one of my favorite Sixers role players, and Alex Reese was reminding me of him. And he does kind of resemble Nico Batum a little bit, just with his definitely not the most athletic player in the world, but he's kind of got like that sneaky athleticism, and it really helps that he's able to be at the right spot defensively. He is a pretty smart player, just doesn't really have much athleticism. And yeah, the Sixers kind of did collapse a bit in overtime. They let Sengun get an and one, ran out of gas. And then Jalen Green, the famous Sixers killer. I swear this dude only plays good against the 76ers. The one game that I've been to this entire season, my first Jared McCain game, that was the game where Jalen Green had like over 40-plus points. That game also went to overtime too, which is insane. Both of these games between the Sixers and the Rockets ended up going to overtime. And yeah, Jalen Green, I don't think he definitely did not shoot that well this game, but definitely kicked it up a notch in the 10 for 26, 30 points. Definitely kicked it up a notch in the second half and the fourth quarter and overtime. Man, he had a nice step back three in the fourth, hit a couple threes in that quarter, and then had a nice three-pointer to help seal the game in overtime. But Quentin Grimes, man, like, I'm happy that Quentin Grimes is on the Sixers. Don't get me wrong, but whenever I watch the dude play, I just get upset. And it's not because Quentin Grimes is trash or anything but. But, dude, he was the player that the Sixers have needed for eons. The perfect type of player that you could have put around James Harden and Joel Embiid. Just an athletic 3-and-D wing who can hit shots, who can create off the dribble, who can defend. Played some great help defense tonight and, yeah, went off for 49 points. That's the type of performance that the Sixers have needed, through, crucial playoff moments from some of these role players. Now 49, okay, that's a little bit much, but, if some guys could have stepped up more prior, that would have maybe helped the Sixers advance past the playoffs, past the second round at least. And I still think that the Embiid-Harden core was the best chance the Sixers have. That might sound a little bit random, but if you think about that duo and the type of players that you need around Joel Embiid in general, dude, Quentin Grimes is the perfect player to put right next to Joel Embiid, bro. Just someone who could hit shots consistently, just have that grit on the defensive end of the floor, help push the pace. That is exactly what Quentin Grimes has done for the Sixers. I think there was this stat. Yeah, was his fifth straight game with 25-plus points, and he also had his fifth 30-point game as a Sixer, more 30-point games than Paul George, who has been ruled out for the season. So, I guess that was probably because the NBA just did, or the Sixers wanted the NBA to get off their back, so they weren't accusing them of tanking anymore. So, yeah, I mean, the Sixers, bro, they were giving me a cardiac experience. The cardiac Sixers have returned, except we're doing this the other way around now, where the Sixers are the team that we want to lose instead of win, yet they're coming down to the wire with all these teams. They blew a 25-point lead to the Houston Rockets, ended up losing. Jared Butler had another awesome game too, 21 points, 5 assists. And this is just the perfect cadence that I want for this season, man. I get to see all these young players for the Sixers ball out, show their stuff, and, I can't really blame them either, you know what I mean? Why would you criticize a guy who's trying to fight for his career? You know what I mean? We have to understand the incentives that these players are given for a second, even though we want them to tank and stuff. But I definitely know that I would have been a lot more furious with the Sixers if they ended up winning this game. But yeah, I mean, when you just put a bunch of young 20-year-olds on the court, they just, lightning fast pace. They're going to play at just, full throttle. They set the rookie mode. They set the difficulty to rookie mode in this game, and they were draining every single three, but they just ran out of gas, and the Rockets were able to hit some timely shots and had that amazing bucket by Sengun to tie the game. I mean, talk about some luck, though, with this free throw right here. Dude, just the perfect place for Sengun to crash in and get that basket to tie the game. Finally, so some luck is rolling the Sixers' way. Of course, this is definitely when we're talking about their tank, not for them for the past, 10 or so years, but it is good that, the basketball guys, whoever is writing the script for the NBA is helping the Sixers out a little bit with their tank, because that's what they have ever been good at. That's the only thing the Sixers have ever been good at in my lifetime is just tank, and I am happy that they're finally getting some baskets, getting the ball, how it's clanking off the rim, going their way a little bit, and that's cool. And it is cool that they get to keep their chances at getting that 5th spot in the Tankathon leaderboard. This game was super important because the Raptors are playing as well, playing against the Phoenix Suns. If they're able to win against them, I did tune in to a game where they did beat the Suns, so hopefully they can continue that streak. But a Raptors loss coincided with a Sixers loss would not have been good. Made it a lot more competitive, and Brooklyn, man, they were definitely room for the Sixers to win this game because they are building yet more of a cushion for this leaderboard. They're at number 5 right now. The Sixers are only 0.5 games behind the Nets, so there's still plenty of opportunity for the Sixers to just tank the rest of the season. I think you definitely need to bench Quentin Grimes. He has turned into prime Michael Jordan. It's beautiful to watch him just ball out, but it's just frustrating me at the same time because we know what the Sixers' goals should be for the rest of the season, and it just makes me think. It brightens my scars from the past, the scars in the back of my head from these prior playoff collapses where we just did not have the proper juice off the bench or just on the wing. Can Quentin Grimes actually start for the Sixers next season? I think he can. I mean, you got Maxey, McCain, Grimes, if Yabu is able to come back, and then you got Joel Embiid if he's able to get healthy, if he's not traded, and you got to think about Paul George too. So, I mean, maybe Grimes will be the 6th man off the bench, but I guess Quentin Grimes, he's playing for a bigger contract, and I think the Sixers should definitely prioritize him staying with the 76ers, staying in Philly and helping, build this next era of Sixers basketball. So it's really cool to see the Sixers actually make a good trade, just flat out fleece the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I know that really isn't that hard to do. Just ask the Los Angeles Lakers and what they were able to get. But yeah, the Sixers also joining in on the fun with Nico Harrison's just demolition of the Mavericks franchise. I can't say this enough. I feel so bad for Mavericks fans, bro. Like that, dude. That is just something else. I know, like, being a Sixers fan isn't, it's definitely an experience, but dude, just with the way Nico Harrison is destroying the Dallas Mavericks, it's going to be an ESPN 30 for 30 documentary one day, and I can't wait to watch that. And I can't wait to watch the opening clip where it's Luka Doncic balling out for the Lakers, and then it pans over to Quentin Grimes' statue outside the Sixers arena as he leads the team to 3 NBA championships, creates a Sixers dynasty alongside Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey, and Cooper Flagg. But yeah, I'm starting to just be delusional now. I'm kind of tired, and I'm just I'm happy, man. I'm happy the Sixers were able to lose this game, but also give us some good basketball at the same time. And really, what more could you ask for? Just some entertaining basketball, and a Sixers loss getting, 2 good things happen in one game, a 2-for-1 combo deal with the Sixers, just being able to tank. And that's what we want them to do for the rest of the season. And I'm glad that we get to see some of these younger players for the Sixers ball out while at the same time meeting their goals for the rest of the season. What else is going on, man? Yeah, I mean, Grimes, he missed a wide open dunk earlier, so I thought he was embracing the tank a little bit. But, dude, he tried his best to keep the Sixers in that game. And I really can't say this enough. I know I'm just rambling at this point, but Quentin Grimes is just so fun to watch. He is just an absolute firecracker, and his game has been so much more impressive than we ever thought. We just thought he was going to be a decent 3-and-D role player for the Sixers, but nah, dude, he is so much more and can really help build out this nucleus alongside Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey. He's a perfect player to put right next to them too. Someone who could just play off ball, hit shots when necessary, take over the game when those two are struggling, and can provide some defense as well. And he had 10 boards. He had like over 10 boards in this game as well, man. So he definitely puts in that effort as well. And, 13 rebounds. He's playing his ass off. Everybody on this team was playing their ass off, and you got to give them a whole bunch of kudos for that. Even, Ricky Council having another nice game, too. 10 points, decent shooting splits. O'Shea Brissett as well, man, showing his stuff. So these guys, they're fighting for their NBA lives, and it's good that they were able to lose this game. I'm not going to lie. I do want the Sixers to lose every game for the rest of the season, but at the same time, it's good to see, some of these young guys just ball out. But before we head out, let's go right back to Tankathon real quick, because we do got to check the Brooklyn Nets schedule. So yeah, they're playing the Boston Celtics soon, and they got the Pacers twice, the Mavericks, and the Raptors. So this game against the Raptors is going to be really interesting. That is a real prime time Tankathon battle. I don't really know, man. Are the Nets going? I mean, the Nets have not been playing that well recently. I mean, they won yesterday, though. They had a great win against the Atlanta Hawks, but they're definitely going to lose against Boston. Maybe they split against Indiana. They're probably going. They might be able to beat the Dallas Mavericks and might be able to beat the Raptors. So could the Nets go 3-2 over those next 5 games? That would be nice. And then we go check over what's going on in Toronto, and we would see that they still have the easiest schedule in the league, playing the Spurs and the Wizards and stuff. So if the Raptors can, get some more wins under their belt as well, the Sixers could very well be set in prime position to capture that number 5 spot in Tankathon. And as always, we got to give it a quick spin. Wow. Brooklyn gets the number 1 pick, and the Sixers pick goes to OKC. And the Sixers got the 6th pick, as long as you just get that pick back. And, okay, number 3, Dylan Harper, welcome to the Sixers. And number 6 again, all right. Well, that's pretty much all I got. Great loss by the Sixers. Really entertaining game. Probably the best game of the season from an entertainment standpoint. Glad that Quentin Grimes is on the team. I really hope he comes back next season and they sign him to a nice, juicy contract. But, not overpay him a little bit. But, trade Paul George too. Quentin Grimes is 8 billion times better than Paul George. And, go Sixers. Tank. Keep tanking. Get that number 6 pick or better and make this season a little bit worth it after all the suffering we have had to go through as Sixers fans. But that's pretty much it. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.